Hello, warriors. Good evening. Good evening. This is LJ. So this is our live Q&A group call, and thank you very much for being here. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. So we are going to have our live Q&A group call starting at 7 p.m. But you can already send in any of your questions, and then of course we'll take our group picture later as well. So prepare for that. And if you have your cameras with you, or you can turn it on so that I can see you, and then turn on as well your audio and say hi. And let's have a Saturday evening talking about Facebook ads. Can you guys see me there? And can you guys hear me clearly ba? Ayan. So I'm using my standing desk now. So nakatayo ako. So hopefully hindi ako mapagod sa kakatayo. Ayan. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Eden. Hi, Jopet. Hello,
Hi, good
Liz.
evening.
Hello, good evening. Hello, Luz. Maria Florel. We also have Rose and Melvin, and we have Nicole as well. Thank you guys for being here tonight. So yeah, you can go ahead and send in your questions na. Ayusin ko lang yung audio ko kasi from the computer ko ulit naririnig yung audio. Um, okay. Okay, ayan, nandito na sa headset ko. Hello, hello. Ayan, so
Yeah.
kumusta naman kayo guys? How was the previous 2 weeks? So for those who were not able to attend, we had our first live Q&A group call 2 weeks ago. And then we're having one now. Of course, it's twice a month. So it's our check-in to see how you guys are doing and what are you doing with with Facebook ads, of course. Mahina ang audio ko. Is that right? From Luz, mahina yung audio ko or okay lang? Can you double check? I'm using my um very I don't know, condenser mic here, so I haven't really had any problems with audio with this. Kindly check na lang your connection. Okay ba audio ko guys? Let me know feedback sa chat if it's only Luz, Suya, or if my audio is okay. Okay naman. All right, all right. Good. Okay. So who is going to be we're recording pala guys. So we're recording and it's already 7 p.m. So we're going to start the live Q&A group call of the FB Ads Intensive Warriors Club. Um, yeah. So you can go ahead and ask your questions live via audio or video. If you want to screen share, just let me know first and raise your hand lang muna. Pwede ba mag-raise hand dito? Hindi ko pala nakita yung raise hand sa akin kasi ako pala yung host. So mag-raise hand lang muna kayo if you want to screen share, if you want to share something. I have monitored naman the posts in the group, and I think I've replied to all of the concerns already. If you have any updates or follow-ups, just for the owner of the post, just comment it and then tag me. Okay. Sir Mervin pala, did you already launch na ba the campaign that you mentioned to me?
Ah, na naririnig niyo ako?
Yes, clearly.
So, yeah. Yeah, hindi pa. We're planning to launch it on either tomorrow or Monday. And
Mm,
so far pa naman with the initial to the leads, FB leads na ginawa namin, we were able to get at least anim na kliyente na bumili. So it's a good start naman for the company.
okay, good. Six na. I think last update ko sa akin was only like three, right? The initial
Yeah,
one
yeah, yes.
for how much was the amount? Around, was it 16,000?
Ang isang package is around minimum is 5,000, maximum is around 10,000 ata. So
Mm.
we were able to generate na average of more than 30,000 pesos na. So we're hoping
Oh,
na
okay.
sa Monday talagang with the help up na ng Facebook ads talagang
Mm-mm.
dadagsa na sana yung mga inquiries.
Okay. Good, good, good. And how much was the ad spend on that for the 30,000 ROAS conversions ninyo?
Kasi ang puro ang ginawa ko ng brand awareness. Tatlong brand awareness
Mhm.
is dalawang FB leads. Around siguro mga 8,000 pesos, 9,000 pesos lang.
Okay, okay. So I naka 3 ROAS na kayo. So I think that's good na. Good
Mm-hmm.
start. And it's an indication na of course marami pa kayong leads, right? So you just have to keep on like following up. That's pag ganyan kasi when it comes to like lead generation mostly and very higher tier packages. So it's more of the relationship, communication and follow
Yeah.
up with that talaga. Hindi siya parang exact sale kaagad na automatic, 'di ba na? You can just check it out from the website and also kind of like a different process for you guys. But good to hear na nag-generate naman din siya ng results. Pa-post naman din sana sa ating Warriors group
Yeah,
para
I will.
makita ng iba.
Para lang din sa info ng iba, no? Ang ginawa namin is through Messenger kami. We're using ManyChat. Siya ang nag-assist dun sa mga mag-inquire. So, actually, on my own, ako lang mismo ang gumawa ng mga programs. Actually, I met LJ before, kasi parang gusto magpatulong sana sa ManyChat. And then LJ is one of the accredited sa Pilipinas in the ano sa so that's the time na meet ko si LJ para lang sa background ng iba ano. And then tawag dito, follow-up question na rin LJ regarding this. Sa ManyChat, there's a feature ata na FB ads. Then you can do FB ads using ManyChat. Is it
Right, yes.
is it good ba or mas okay pa rin sa business manager tayo gagawa ng ads?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very, very good question, Sir Mervin. So I
Yeah.
personally do not use that kasi there's limited options and I cannot control the entire settings of the campaign. Unlike in Ads Manager, we have full control of all of the settings. So since third party siya, hindi binibigay lahat ni Facebook ng controls and settings for ManyChat. You can try it naman. Although parang kailangan mo mga pa muna. I've already tried it kasi before.
Mm-mm.
Pero I just didn't mukha siyang easy, pero pag tiningnan mo na siya, when it's published kasi, you will see it in Ads Manager. So parang for me, parang may kulang-kulang sa kanya.
Yeah, huh? Kasi nakita ko lang advantage of using the ManyChat, yung FB ads niya na feature is yung leads, yung mga nag-opt-in dun sa ManyChat bot. It's the only way na pwede kong gamitin uli or magkaroon ng interaction with them through ads is using yung feature na yon.
Yeah. Because you can tag them. Pwede naman din sa sa regular lang na messaging campaign. Ang gagamitin mo lang would either be the JSON tool or pwede keyword.
Mm-hmm.
So if ManyChat is connected na kasi to your page and if they go through that, pwede mo kasi sila itatag doon sa ManyChat side to add them to a specific custom audience eh. So, pwede mo i-remarket. Let's say someone who already became a subscriber and then ma-add siya sa
Mm-hmm.
custom audience sa Facebook custom audience which you still kind of like you still have to like set up. Pero once na set up mo na yun, automated na siya and you can use that custom audience for remarketing din.
Yeah. And yun lang, kasi ang nangyari sa akin, ibang subscriber, I was not able to get the name, the email,
Mm-hmm.
and the phone number. So, hindi ko ma-export yung data na nag-subscribe kay many chatbot. So, the only way na, is, ang ginawa ko muna is, naggawa ko ng ads sa ManyChat and then pagdating kay Facebook Business Manager, enough ko siya. Kaya yung audience is nakasave na sa audience ni Facebook ads, ni Facebook Business Manager natin. So, ganun lang ginawa ko para makuha ko lang yung audience na nandun kay ManyChat.
Right. Yeah, that's correct. You can also do that naman din. Okay. So yeah, for the benefit of everyone, I don't really go deep into ManyChat when it comes to their course and their flows because they already have a very good free course kasi. So I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link here in Zoom, and I actually was planning to share it to you guys this week. Pero sasabihin ko na lang sana during this call kasi if you want to explore it more, their free course which is also on YouTube is, very helpful as an introduction, as in highly produced kasi talaga siya. And that's what, many of us like just recommend if you want to learn ManyChat for free. Okay? So I talked about very briefly about ManyChat on the advanced lessons and how to, set it up, just a beginner, but not too much on the ad side, on the growth tools and all of that, because that's more technical na, and I know that the free course ng ManyChat can help you with that. So very step by step, check out their website, their YouTube, and their blog posts din. So dyan ako nagsimula, and then yun nga sabi ni Sir Mervin, nakita niya ako sa ManyChat na website kasi they have an agency listing kasi. So matagal na kasi ako sa ManyChat. So we had like a specific certification test and requirements para maging agency partner, and after yun yung first level if you really want to get recognized. And then the second level was the messenger marketing expert na certification. So yun, mas maraming requirement pero napasa naman din. And one of the benefits of being an agency partner, yung level 1 lang, is that you get listed doon sa website nila for parang accredited agencies who can provide specific countries, specific niches, and all of that. So I get a few inquiries there every now and then from local or international prospects to work with me. Yun nga lang, hindi updated yung listing ko doon. So I have to update that with all of my new businesses and niches and other stuff. But if you want to get that status, yeah, kayang-kaya naman. It's pretty standard for us who've been using ManyChat for a long time to have that kind of status. Kasi parang that's, proof na alam mo talaga. And you get invited to some of their exclusive webinars and some new features, and I get like priority support kasi. So if I need something as an agency, I will just like contact their agency support para mas mabilis ma-resolve. So kagaya nung isa sa mga corporate clients ko before, na-disable yung kanilang ManyChat at saka Facebook page kasi hindi sila nagpa-follow ng tamang process at saka ng policies. So first ko na encounter yon. So nag-ano ako kaagad sa first ko na encounter na hindi binalik yung access. May mga nangyari dati na binalik yung access, pero in this case sa kanila hindi binalik. So kinontak ko yung support, and then very fast naman din na inayos, side by side yun. ManyChat support sa isang monitor ko, tapos Facebook support dito sa kabilang monitor. So sabay-sabay sila na kino-coordinate ko na pakibalik ng page, pakibalik ng access, and yun, okay na siya. So I think I posted about that early August nung nabalik namin yung page. Okay, so that's about it. Let me share pala dito yung free course ng ManyChat. I'm not sure actually if this is updated. Mas updated ata yung nasa YouTube nila. But yeah, check it out as additional learning for sa mga natapos na ng advanced lesson. Okay, so let's go to the next question. All right? So meron bang question dito sa chat? Okay, anyone can ask. Who do we have here? Marami na tayo. We're around 60 na. Thank you very much for attending, guys. Who will ask another question? Raise your hand na lang muna in the Zoom so I can recognize you. Makikita ka agad yung pangalan sa taas if you will raise your hand there. Do you guys know how to use that feature ba? Raise hand feature. Okay, wala guys. Wala magtatanong. If you have like live Q&A group call, so better prepare your questions, any demos that you want to check, especially if you want to screen share, that's totally fine then. Just let me know in advance. Janine, did you have like congratulations to Janine pala. She had her first sale sa Crinkles na Facebook ad niya. Are you there, Janine?
Hi po. Hi, good evening, Coach.
Hello.
Sa inyo lahat.
Hi, good evening. Yes, kumusta ka naman?
Coach, I have a problem. Kasi after nung sale
anong
ko,
problem?
after nung i-update ko din yung post ko dun sa group. After po nung sale ko na yon, inedit ko yung campaign. Inalis ko yung interest para kako mas dumami yung reach. And then, nung pinublish ko na, your ad was rejected. Kaya nag-appeal ako for review. Ayun.
Okay. So what's the
Ngayon ko lang
number
siya
one
nabalikan.
mistake? Ano ang mistake?
Hindi
There's
ko alam.
already a mistake there.
Ah,
Okay? You edited the campaign. Tama? Inedit
mm.
mo, hindi mo dinuplicate.
Ah,
Okay. So yes. So you don't edit a campaign unless it's just turning off an ad or the budget. Interest kasi, removing the interest
mm.
is a significant edit so that um na ni-review ulit ni Facebook, and it's kind of crazy ngayon kasi there's a lot of reports na nag-disable and disapprove ganun. So as much as possible we want to avoid that. So we want to follow yung process na we don't make significant edits to campaigns. Siguro budget change lang, yes. Turning off non-performing ad sets or ads, yes. But editing else na significant, they have a list in their help section. We don't do that. So if you want to remove an interest,
Mm.
you duplicate muna the campaign,
Duplicate.
you
Oo.
turn off the old one, and then you make changes to the draft campaign before you publish it. So, yun.
Getching.
Nung nag-appeal ka na, ano nangyari?
Sabi po, nag-run pa rin. Ngayon ko lang siya titignan kasi, coach. Kakagising ko lang din kasi.
Good
Ah,
morning.
ayan.
So,
Parang, ano siya. Wait lang.
wala pang
Bagal lang
update
ng
from
net.
the ad.
Oo,
Okay,
wala pa
okay.
po eh. Mm-mm.
Did you guys experience internet connection loss ba or intermittent or slow lang? So I'm Globe, so hindi daw affected ang Globe. So swerte namin. Thank you. Pero sa mga iba, I was actually thinking to um either check with you guys kung okay ba yung internet, if we're gonna be pushing through or not, kasi depende din yun sa connections niyo. Pero so far so good naman. Yung pinost ko noong September 21 na na-disable yung tatlong ad account. So hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin nababalik at sinasabi nila na may mga mali daw ginawa kahit wala namang hindi naman ginamit kasi mga backup lang yon. So anyway, the next step is makikipag-away ako sa chat support. So sa next week na yon. Next week kasi medyo stressful na this week.
Mm. Ang bagal ng
May mga
internet ko, coach. Hindi ko siya makita.
mabagal ang internet. Okay. Pero wala ka bang na-receive na any update sa email kung na-revert ba yung ad or kung ano yung decision from the review?
Wala pa po. Wala pang
Wala pa. Okay.
nag-notify. Oo.
Alright, sige, update mo na lang kami sa group later kung ano man yung status niyan. If ever wala pa rin, since naka-stop siya ngayon, I do suggest na you duplicate the campaign and
Na.
run it. Kasi sayang yung time. Alright, so it's
Ayun
the
na
same
nga.
ad lang naman, 'di ba? Ang ginawa mo lang is nagtanggal ka lang ng interest, tama ba? Or
Apo.
nagdagdag ka?
Tinanggal ko
So yun.
lahat
So,
muna. Apo.
Alright, so yun. Yeah, yun lang. Okay. Yeah, update us na lang. From
Apo.
Liz, thanks coach. Yun din na-encounter ko sa first ad na na-publish ko. Yes, it's a very, common mistake ngayon. Kasi dati, we can edit the ads as much as we want. And then, nung naglabas na sila nung significant edits, and then yung campaign optimization and all of that, so doon hindi na na-update yung ibang mga tao. And they don't really pay attention much to it. Kasi madali lang masyado mag-edit ng campaign, di ba? So, as much as we want to remove that habit early on and follow the best practice. From Mervin, is this Facebook targeting tool really helpful? So I've already used that connectio.io. So /connect explore. So that's from Wilco Decry. From UpViral then. I'm not sure if you've heard that tool or app before. It kind of depends, and there are other alternatives to this that are cheaper kasi this one is expensive and including the other tools na parang bundled dyan. So I was just lucky because pinagamit yan sa akin ng clients ko, multiple clients had that before. And then there was like a kind of like a parang saturation, and the tool was not what we expected. So parang reality versus expectation, something like that. So yun. I didn't continue using it na. And we kind of like really moved on to other types of strategies now. So there are a lot of tools like this, like I think Ad Analyzer. I'm not sure if you've seen it in your feeds that there are similar tools like this. They are using kasi the marketing API. So it is an open source that you can access. Even us, if you are techie, you can generate those interests na ginagawa nila. It's just that you have to do some technical work on the development side na yun. So I've done that before, generated interests from the marketing API. So very technical yon. Pero it's very raw na file. Hindi siya yung parang maganda na pagka-present na sa mga tools and apps kasi pinaganda na nila yung system and yung UI and then yung design ng website nila. I would suggest na you go back to the basics lang muna kasi this is third party, that's kind of expensive, and if you know how to really, market research, I think this is not much even, applicable for Philippines kasi they have different Facebook has different types of interests a lot. It's not really, and if you search for like Philippine interests there, it's not, mostly really there. So very broad then, and some are catered to first world markets. Like if you search for influencers or names of magazines and websites, if Philippines siya, most likely hindi siya magpapakita doon. And if it's first world country, it's mostly, it may be there then. Okay. Thank you for that question, Mervin. We have one from Eden. Duplicate the ad set lang po ba? No. If you're referring to the previous, question or to the situation of Janine, it's an entire campaign. So if even if you duplicate the ad set and publish that, if it's still under the running campaign, that's still a significant edit because you added an ad set. So check the significant edit list in Facebook ads help section. All right, so you can see there. For me, the insignificant edits are just budget changes and turning off an ad set or an ad. Okay, so yun lang talaga. Anything else is really mostly significant and will have an effect in the ads, like momentum and the performance and optimization if you edit it. So duplicate everything and then make the changes there. And then turn off the old one kung, if you're trying to improve it. All right, you're welcome. Yes, good evening, Kenneth. Kumusta naman ang pagde-decline ng free app sa'yo kasi overqualified ka daw? I've never had that. They just sent me another client ngayon. I'm not sure if I'm gonna accept kasi drop shipping, toxic masyado. Who else has a question? Did you have a question, Kenneth, that you want to ask live? Okay, guys. Any other questions? Audience participation tayo dito, guys. Okay, this is the time that you can ask live and get answers live as well. Okay. Hello, Cheryl, Iris. Who else pa ba? Thelma, Rose, Rochelda. Hi, Michelle. I see you there all the way from Thailand. Kumusta
Hi.
naman? Kapong crab.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Kumusta naman dyan? Sawadee ka pala, sorry. Sawadee crabs. Kumusta ka dyan sa Thailand? And you mentioned regarding the real estate na ad.
Yes. I was so excited nung first time ako nag-rant and so I posted it. Pero after 3 days, tapos walang masyadong messages. Like, dalawa lang yung nag-message out of like 500 plus na people nakalagay doon, tsaka impressions na madami, pero dalawa lang yung nag-message. Parang sabi ko parang hindi nag-work. So I told my friend, i-off muna and maybe we could try something else. Maybe a video ad. Okay, we could change the creative. I mean the ad copy. Then, ita-change namin. So, ayun. Right. I did some research parang how to make catchy real estate ads, pero wala pa akong nakitang medyo maganda na type ko na gusto kong gayahin or i-implement, parang ganon. So, I'm still in the process.
Okay. This is for condos, right? Tama ba?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have some insights about real estate kasi because I have friends in the industry. condos are not really working right now because of the risk of infection and there's too many common areas in a condominium unit, right? So
Yeah.
mostly according to Philippine Real Estate News or Real Estate News Philippines, so nagbo-boom talaga ang residential what do you call this? Residential units in the provinces pa talaga. So not even in the Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, in the near Metro Manila, parang yung mga ang tawag ito, yung extended coverage ng Metro Manila, not even there. It's mostly in provinces na here in Visayas and Mindanao mostly. Kasi nga, people want to move out of the city. People want to be isolated and safe muna until,
Mm-hmm.
things calm down. And they're thinking of long-term na nga. So, yun yung parang insights namin from that in the industry. So, I have friends who are doing even residential in Batangas and Cavite and it's still not working. So iba ang ngayon, iba ang parang landscape talaga for real estate. So mostly it's really lead generation now and then nourishing those people, nurturing pala, hindi man nourish, nurturing those people through valuable information about real estate, maybe a blog post, a video, a Facebook Live, a webinar about it, and maybe give them an update on what the real estate niche or market is in the Philippines and how the developers or how the agents are kind of adjusting to it and how you as a potential buyer can adjust to it. Something like that na parang peg. So it's really content muna. And then you
Mm-hmm.
will be basically following up those leads in the next maybe few weeks or months for them to either close the sale of a new house or a new lot or maybe a condo in the province. So yun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have some friends on Instagram who are like selling luxury condos daw. And una ko pa lang na chat sa kanya, sabi ko, that's not gonna work. Tapos sabi nga niya, yes, it's not working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know. So thank you for the insight. And
Sure.
ayun. Siguro I was expecting like marami magme-message o kaya meron kaming magiging sales
Yeah.
agad, ganon. Pero iba kasi I
Mm-mm.
have no background about real estate kasi. I just
Mm-mm.
wanted to help my
Mm-mm.
friend. Pero yun nga, I
Yeah.
did some research tapos mahirap pala siya talaga.
From what I know, like in Metro Manila, because it's under GCQ pa, so
Yeah.
there's not really a lot of movement available. Okay.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
sorry guys, mahina ba talaga yung audio ko or okay lang? Telma is also saying na mahina yung audio ko. Is it okay lang ba? Ano pa bang kahinaan dito? Wait lang. All right. Hello, hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So yun, going back. Comment na po sa... Okay. I think a few people have yung audio. Alam ko na. I think. Okay. Position ng mic. Hello, hello. Okay. Basta yan. Yan na yun. Wala namang ginagawa dito sa mic. Anyway, so yun na nga. Going back. The movement kasi isn't there yet. Especially, I have, I think, someone updated me about Baguio real estate market. The inquiries are coming from Metro Manila pero Baguio hindi pa pwede mag-accept eh. Hindi pa sila nagpapapasok ng people outside of Baguio for like viewing or stuff like that. So medyo
Mm.
limited lang talaga. So wala ka din talaga masyadong magagawa aside from either just continuous lead generation for you to either remarket in the future pag pwede na and building the audience muna ngayon. So either page likes, video views, email list from them, maybe a freebie or something like that. Something really relevant to the market right now.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, sure. Welcome. May replay po ba nito, Coach? Yes, the replay will be posted in the Facebook group after mag-process nito. I think by tomorrow. And then yung case study sa real estate, kailan po yun? Wait na lang po for the official announcement. We're just ironing the details. Pero by October na yun siya. Okay, by October na yun. Medyo mahina yung audio for some reason. Is that sure? I think mahina yung audio for some because of the internet connection, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. All right, from Mervin. What is the good size for our target audience? I'm always targeting between 1M and 3M depending on the areas included. That's okay if you, what's the budget for this, the daily budget? Let me know, Mervin, what's the daily budget for that? And
Around 400, 100 to 400 pesos, parang ganun lang.
And what's the estimated daily reach?
Can't remember, so around 20,000, parang ganun.
Okay.
Not sure. I'm not sure, coach.
And this is Metro Manila or all over Philippines?
Multiple regions, like Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, parang ganun. Luzon wide.
Nationwide. Okay.
Yeah, Luzon lang.
Luzon.
Yeah.
Entire Luzon, okay lang yung 1M. I would maybe go lower muna and see if there would be a change in the cost per message ninyo or cost per lead pala, 'di ba?
Alright.
Because entirely the bottom line is the conversion of those leads to sales. So if that is producing results naman, quality leads that you are tracking na coming from the ads talaga and then converting then that's okay because that's working. If it's really hyper local, if it's like say for example specific cities, like I think one of the campaigns the Glens was for like electrical supplies and the budget was like so low and then like 4 million reach. So that was like super parang disproportionate na siya. So I would suggest na to either test if the 1M to 3M is working and you're generating the 30K in sales already, then that's already okay. If you're trying to generate more, I would suggest to increase the daily budget para mas more leads, 'di ba? Because that's already a good size kasi if you're targeting entire Luzon. That's already a good size. If it was only like Metro Manila and if this is for specifically like people who want to sell right on the for the products and the packages. So I would go maybe from 500 to 1M if it's just Metro Manila. Pero Luzon, yeah, 1M to 3M, good number to test.
All right. Thank you, LJ.
I would even test that test other interests by narrowing. So you're familiar naman with the narrowing, 'di ba? Sa ad set. So I would narrow, basically people who have money interested in that specific product. Check maybe luxury stuff. Yung mga interests na that involves money. And the entrepreneurship, small business owners, things like that. Sayang if we're in the US sana we can target based on estimated financial income, pero that only works in US and sometimes it doesn't work well na targeting then.
Alright, thank you, LJ. Ano lang, share ko lang, one of the good thing of, pag may nakikita kayong sponsored na mga ads na mga kalaban nyo, try to look at it. Tingnan nyo kung ano yung tatarget sa inyo. Like me, nakita ko, ang isang learnings ko is yung page admin. So nakita ko na page admin yung tina-target ng kalaban ko, ng competitor ko. So I was able to, ginamit ko na rin yung ganun na it makes sense na if you're targeting a business, dapat page admin siya.
Yeah. For food pa rin to, right?
Yeah, for food. Yes.
Yeah, so you can use the food and restaurant admins, yeah. So not just Facebook pages, kasi Facebook pages admin, there are like, the mga memes and interest and theme content. Pero you use business pages, admin, if you want the general. And if you want mas specific pa talaga, merong travel and tourism page admins, food and restaurants na page admins. We also have like sports and leisure, I think, page admins and things like that. So yes, that does make sense.
Thank you, LG.
check nyo lang yung, if ako, pag paminsan yung mga random posts ko about specific topics or paminsan pag Lazada or Shopee, nagpo-post ako ng mga ganun kasi gusto ko makita ng mga ads ng mga companies or products na nag-advertise in Lazada and Shopee so that I can check the targeting. So, paminsan yung mga post ko mga walang kwenta kasi it's really not meant for, it's meant for me to see ads in the feed. So, kaya yun ang technique ko. So, I check the 3 magical dots as I explained doon sa course nga, di ba? And check the targeting na ginagamit nila. Okay? So, yun. For competitor research or interest research and things like that. Alright? Any other questions ba? Richard, mahina pa rin ba yung audio ko or okay na?
Nag-ano na ako, coach. Nag-headphones na ako. Kaya naririnig ko na.
Okay.
Naka-speaker ako kanina, coach.
Okay.
Coach, may question po ako. Total, naka-ano na rin ako. I have a potential client po, which is a fine dining restaurant. And yung average menu price niya kasi is quite high. So if we're gonna run ads po for this restaurant, of course, we want to target those who can afford yung menu items nila. Do you have any tips po on how you can target yung mga high income na mga FBUs or audience?
Yeah, target the neighborhoods. So, is this in Metro Manila ba?
Metro Manila po.
Yeah, Forbes Park, Makati, Ayala, yung mga neighborhoods na yun. We do that for e-commerce and it's producing results. Nagugulat kami yun from Forbes Park yung address, tapos bumibili ng like high ticket na e-commerce. Like minsan, high ticket in e-commerce would already be like 1,500 to 2,000 na item. Low ticket is just anything lower than that, diba? So yun, you can try that. And then yung mga luxury brands, I would also either do narrowing when it comes to that kasi you're trying to target specific people. So siguro, have they already provided naman the demographics or interests of their specific, ideal customers?
I have yet to meet with them po, hindi pa. So ano lang to, parang nag-pitch pa lang ako dun sa Director of Sales and Marketing. And then we will set a meeting this week. So that's when I can get more information. Pero I already know na ano siya, fine dining restaurant siya. Kasi may naman in terms of marketing nila, okay naman kasi they have celebrities parang giving recommendations. Parang may mga personal post, mga celebrities na nagre-recommend sa kanila, but it's not converting kasi. So maybe yun nga naisip nila they can run ads so that kung sila na mismo yung magre-reach out dun sa mga tao. And then
okay. When it comes to the celebrity thing, I see so many things done wrong kasi they're not doing the branded content. So branded content is like if you see an ad on my page, diba? LJ Jose is in paid partnership with VA Bootcamp. So it's like 2 pages running the same ad. So it's like if the fine dining restaurant is in a paid partnership with celebrity A, they can use that to their advantage, whether si celebrity A or si fine dining restaurant ang magra-run ng ads to their specific audience. It's a bit technical, which I don't really use a lot. Pero yun, if they want to do it right, that's how
yung
to do it.
celebrities, coach, these are not ads naman. Parang this restaurant is offering, parang nagbibigay sila, pinapatikim nila yung food nila dito and then these celebrities post in their social media. So hindi naman talaga siya ads. So parang even still, wala sila masyadong conversion. That's why siguro yun nga, naisip na nila mag-run na sila ng ads.
If they do have the permission to use the image, of course they posted about an image about it, right? If they do have the permission, I would use that sa ads.
Sa ads, okay.
Yeah, sa ads kaagad, I would use that. And then, target really, I would say, target fine dining. So, of course, older people. Is the demographic, of course, older people. I would say maybe 30 to 35 and above, and who likes luxury items or luxury brands and specific, hotel hotel
Okay.
names. You can check with that. So of course you know that you're in the
Yes.
industry.
Yes. Ano siya,
Uh,
actually Japanese cuisine and ano siya, restaurant in a hotel siya. So, kaya
mm,
ganun.
okay. Well, target the location mismo. So those who
Okay.
are um in that hotel,
Mm.
tama ba? Hotel or mall?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ano siya, tawag dito, since ano po, ECQ, GCQ po, very, parang allowed na ngayon kasi yung dine-in pero limited capacity lang. So mostly ng ano nila, ng sales nila is through yung mga delivery, yung parang order through delivery yung mga customers nila. So gusto nilang pataasin pa yun kasi kahit naman po pumunta dun sa store sa restaurant mismo, they cannot accommodate yung madami dahil
Lahat.
nga limited yung ano capacity na allowed.
Yeah, I would highlight that in the ad na they're pushing more on delivery, maybe something to entice them on their first uh, an order with them again after the quarantine, something like that,
Okay.
to really get them as an audience, diba? Whether on their page or as a messages campaign, so nasa
Yes.
inbox na and you can just follow up and stuff like that. Dali lang talaga magbenta ng food when it comes to that. So
Yes.
kayang-kaya yan. When it comes to
Sige,
the
coach.
price point naman, I would uh, test see muna how the market responds to it. And of course, yung mga best sellers nila, yung unahin talaga. The menu
Mm.
items, highlight, I would say videos muna talaga.
Mhm.
Especially for food. You can just do like a slideshow video of it or maybe a carousel of celebrities, photos of celebrities na yun nga nag-post about the food or the fine dining restaurant. Yeah.
Okay, thanks coach.
Sure. Anyone else? Eden, ano tong ouch? May natamaan for something? um, yeah. Who else has any questions about their Facebook ads? Old people equals ouch lol. Well, that's why I like being a Facebook advertiser because we're really trying to judge people and to see and to filter kung sino yung mga gusto natin. So one of the things that I like doing, I like to you know see kung sino yung may pera, sino yung may wala, kanino yung market, sino yung may mga gusto, things like that. So of course, mahirap naman mag-market sa mga walang pera. Like nagsasayang tayo ng impressions, nagsasayang tayo ng budget for that. So as much as possible, we filter them out. Okay? Pero there are like, campaigns na pangmasa talaga, like milk tea. Yung si Jenny, 600,000 in sales, 1,800 lang yung ad spend, di ba? Ayan. Who else has other questions pa? Ask kayo live, guys, or through video para at least makita kayo. Naka-grid kayo dito eh. So, nakikita ko almost lahat. Page 1, page 2. Yeah. Iris, how about your campaigns? Sino pa ba may mga running campaigns dito? Cheryl, did you already have a running campaign? Yeah, super taas ng ROAS. And all of that was trackable. Okay. Okay, that's totally fine, Iris. Do you have MJ? Wala si MJ dito. Okay, guys. So, I already sent pala sa chat kanina yung link ng free video course ng ManyChat. So, I do highly suggest that you really learn the basics of it and how to do Facebook ads na naka-attach yung ManyChat or how to do the specific strategies and how to really manipulate yung ManyChat platform. Okay? That was very beneficial sa career ko in the beginning to really kind of boost it and parang mas ma-highlight doon sa either if it's an online job profile or sa online profiles mo din na alam mo mag-ManyChat because most of the clients or employers or or businesses are kind of like aware of it na parang nakiging package siya. So Facebook ads and ManyChat bots. Ayan. So if you see my Upwork, parang ang package ko for both of that is around 1,400 or 1,500 USD per project. If it's combined with Facebook ads and bots. So malaki talaga siya yung potential. Okay? Right? Huwag kayong matakot, guys. Like, it's very easy to use that now than before. Kasi dati coding pa kami nung nagsimula yan. Ngayon, madali na lang. Okay, any questions pa ba? All right, guys. Any specific topics that you want to talk about? So, updates na lang pala. So, some of the new content that I've already recorded and I will also be recording is yung new content to be released. So, for the ad account na audit, page audit, and then ano pa nga ba 'yun? Nalimutan ko na kung ano 'yun. But they will be released before September ends. And then yung onboarding pa pala. So, very important. I already have a video about that sa FAMPH. So, mas nirefine lang siya and mas systematic. Basically, it's just, you getting access to the client's accounts and assets. Ayan. So, para wala na kayong magiging problem. So, I do get messages about payment errors ulit, mga account issues, and whatever. So, those are mostly technical errors or permission issues. Like, hindi nakikita yung ganitong ad account, naka-login ba dito sa account na to, and things like that. So, those are, you just have to go back to the basics of the process and review it na dapat, we have the system from start to finish. Yes, Richard, may tanong ka ba?
Coach, ayun, may question pala ako. I was reviewing, Coach, yung mga free materials mo dun sa natin, sa portal natin. Meron dun yung sample proposal. Dun sa sample proposal, Coach, meron yung measured results. For example, yun nga, if 5,000 ad budget, ito yung possible leads, and then ganito yung conversion. Yung mga figures na to, Coach, applicable ba to sa ibang, for example, generic na lead generation campaign? Applicable din siya, like, for example, in real estate or in other niches? More or less, ganun din ba yung mga figures na makukuha?
Estimated yan. Those are like siguro generic or general figures naman. Pero you can basically estimate that based on the potential and estimated reach. So let's say, for example, you put the budget there as like 5,000 per day. You'll see how many people have been reached, estimated daily reach pala, and the potential reach as well. So for that potential or estimated daily reach, ilan yung pwede mag-convert? Usually that's only like 1 to 2% for the leads. And if it's a sale, it's another 1 to 2% from the number of leads that was generated. So that's something na you can kind of like estimate and, play around with. And again, to highlight, that's only an estimate lang naman. So a lot of things can change there, and it's really depending mostly on the budget, the results, and you can kind of parang visualize that when you enter some of the settings in the ad set or the campaign. So parang isi-simulate mo siya para makagawa ka nung ganong figures.
Okay, so for example, nag-discovery call na ako kay client, and then nakuha na ako ng information. Before I send the proposal, I can maybe tweak on the ads manager. Tingnan ko lang ano yung mga possible na figures na lalabas, and then that's where I can base my proposal.
Yeah, especially if it's a location in the US, you can change the settings naman there. Those are universal settings naman. It's not based kung saan yung ad account mo or whatever. So yun. And then ano pa nga ba yun when it comes to that? You can also get the figures kasi from the client. So are they willing to share about what's their cost per lead before? How many leads were they getting? What's the conversion rate and things like that. So you need kind of this information if you want to create something like that para may basis ka on what you're going to work on and what's going to be improved. Say for example, yung cost per lead nila was like $2. So let's say you want to improve that to maybe $1.50 or maybe $1 per lead. What would that look like in that scene ba? You'd have more leads generally based on if it's the same budget and on a 1 to 2% conversion rate for a sale, 'di ba? So ano yung possible na ma-generate nung mas lower na cost per lead.
Noted, Coach. Ganda ng advice mo, Coach.
Yeah, we've been doing it kasi for estimation, like for almost all proposals. And I like to play with Ads Manager dati na parang pagtingin-tingin lang ako ng mga settings, whether it's in this location or whether in that location then. So and then really playing with the interests and some of the optimizations there. So yeah, mostly kasi ang settings before was in the ad set. So some of the settings have moved to the campaign level, especially for testing, campaign budget optimization, and then yung mga I think yung scheduling, if it's accelerated or just standard. So yung mga yon. Kaya nyo yan, guys.
Okay.
I-check nyo lang talaga. I would advise na you have to be an expert and you have to know all of the settings. So before I had the course, I attended the course na pinagawa kami ng campaigns on all types of objectives. So that's how naging familiar ako with the different settings of different objectives. Kasi there are some differences, and sometimes pag magsa-set up ka ng ad, there are some differences din based on the objective. Okay, we have a question
Thanks,
from
Coach.
Liz. Sure. Welcome. We have a question from Liz. Yung sa message template para may auto-reply, dapat ba sa Ads Manager ilalagay o dun mismo sa FB page? Okay, so sa message template, dun gagawin mo siya, if this is for the case study campaign, ilalagay mo siya dun sa ad level, di ba? So dun ka gagawa ng message template. Ang suggestion na dun sa case study was that you also put those template in the FAQs ng page, di ba? So sa inbox or sa automated responses settings ng Facebook page, there is an option to put the FAQs din there. Okay? So you can put it there then. Say for example, someone organically found the page or may nag-share siguro sa kanila or somewhat, and they did not click the button dun sa ad, di ba? So if they message the Facebook page or if they open the or if they click send message dun sa Facebook page or if they try to message the page, yung unang lalabas would be the suggested FAQs. Okay, so yun ang ipa-prompt ni FB doon. The FAQs that was set up in the page settings. I also suggested there na yung FAQs and the answer to the FAQs would also be set up as saved replies. Just in case hindi kumagat yung sa ad, you can send it manually yung answer to that FAQ. Yes, Liz, do you have any follow-up to that?
Yes, yung follow-up question. Ay, narinig niyo ako?
Yes.
Okay. Yung, kasi meron dun sa Ads Manager, hindi siya pwede mag-send ng image, di ba? Puro text lang. Sa FB page, meron siyang pwede mag-send ng images. So, tinry ko siya, naglagay ako, parang yung reply, yung tanong ko, same lang, then yung reply, magkaiba. Yung isa may image, yung isa. So, hindi siya gumana. So, dapat talagang, parehong-pareho.
So you set up the FAQs din sa page settings, tama ba? Not ads. Page settings.
Page settings.
Okay. So what do you mean hindi siya gumana?
Hindi nag-send yung picture, tas wala ring reply nung tinest ko.
Okay, it's kind of weird. Send mo sa akin later, I'll check, and then send me a screenshot nung pag-set up mo ng FAQ sa page settings, dun sa automated responses sa you know that screen kasi sinet up mo. So you send me a screenshot of that kung paano mo sinet up, and then I'll test sa page then if makita ko siya.
Pero
so,
okay.
When it comes to the image kasi, for that, wala namang problem dapat even in the ads level, if it's in the Ads Manager. I just don't recommend the image or a video kasi paminsan hindi naglo-load or matagal mag-load or pag may bug si FB. So, yung text para mas mabilis. Pero some have the image or videos with no problem at all.
Okay. Pero hindi ko na siya masisend kasi na end na yung campaign ko. So, hindi ko na ma-check hindi ko na siya ma-edit.
Yung sa ad campaign?
Oo.
Hindi. Ano ba yung hindi nag-work? Yung FAQ sa page settings or sa FAQs na sinetup mo sa ads?
Hindi ko lang, parang pareho. Sige, check ko. Kaya in-end ko na yung campaign kasi parang nagloloko siya. So,
okay, sige. So, ito gagawin mo. Send me a screenshot dun sa page settings nung pag-set up mo ng FAQ, number 1. And then second, send me a screenshot nung message template na ginawa mo for the ad. You can still access that kasi. You
Okay.
just need to the campaign to either to open the campaign and edit it on the ad level in the message template. Open mo. Gusto ko makita kung paano mo siya sinet up.
Okay. Sige. Thank you.
Alright. From Janine, Coach, magkaroon din po ba ng na case study for financial advisors target market both local and foreign? Very, very good question. Okay. Next question, please. Kidding. Okay. For financial advisors kasi, international lang yung in-handle ko and very specific siya. So it's in the death business. So for pre-need planning siya for ang tawag doon? Pre-need funeral planning. So yun yung parang type of insurance na binebenta namin to the older to old people kasi they're malapit na sila and maybe hindi natin alam. So yun yung parang naging target market namin kasi nga we wanted to take advantage of the current events. So for local naman, I'm not really into the insurance clients or market local kasi personal reasons and hindi ko siya naging expertise ever. I do know the funnel, I do know the setup and all of that, pero hindi ko siya in-apply lang talaga. I want to help more of the financial people than advisors and in that market. I was even invited sa FWD here in Davao last year by my friend. Actually, kapitbahay ko siya. To do the workshop for them. So I kind of like changed his strategy, but we didn't implement the ads. Gusto ko i-implement, pero kasi ang tagal nila mag-produce nung video na kailangan ko. And when the time came, I was already very busy with other clients. Pero sikat kasi siya dito. So it's more of authority and credibility kasi. And what's the initial offer ba? So ang ginagawa niya ngayon is through webinars kasi. So yun, webinar, that's the normal thing. Financial planning, financial info session, and mga whatever na mga ganyan to really get the attention. Kasi there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of skepticism around that. Yes, Janine?
Okay, Coach. Nag-gets ko na.
Yun na ba? So ito na yung sa insurance, 'di ba, na client mo? Ano na ba yung bagong offer niya? Kasi 'di ba binago ninyo?
Hindi niya na ako binalikan kung meron siyang na-close.
Pero you generated around 200 leads, tama ba?
100 plus lang po.
100 plus. Okay. So when it comes to that kasi, when it comes to lead generation lang na service mo, it's kind of a 50-50 because the closer, kung sino man ang magko-close ng clients, it's a big part it's a big effort on them to do closing and to talk to the leads, to follow up, and paminsan they just give up right away if hindi mag-reply. So that's not the way to do it, diba? You either create follow-up messages na templates if you want to send those manually, or you also create retargeting campaigns sa Facebook to target those 100 plus leads, diba? Or people who saw the either ad or did not opt in, or who saw the landing page but did not opt in. So yun yung mga other types of campaigns. But those 100 leads, if the person or the agent is a really good closer, diba? So yun yung actually one of the things na kina-qualify ko for campaigns like this. Is the agent or is the client a good sales closer ba? What's their conversion rate from their if they don't do that, then maybe it's not a good client kasi hindi man lang nila alam kung ano yung conversion rate nila, di ba? So ilan yung nako-close nila na client from the number of inquiries that they get or the number of inquiries they kind of generate. If magaling talaga yan mag-close, alam niya yung numbers niya, tinatrack niya yung inquiries, tinatrack din niya yung leads, and tinatrack niya yung total sales. Whether manggaling man sa website, whether manggaling sa personal Facebook nila, whether manggaling sa Facebook page or sa ad or anywhere else, they track that.
Okay, Coach. Bali kasi, Coach, plano ko kasi yun sa mom ko. Pumayag na kasi siya sa FB page niya.
Mm-mm.
And ang gagawin ko, para social proof, magkaroon muna ng likes.
Mm-mm.
Tapos, lead gen campaign. Meron akong merong advice sa akin yung friend ko na parang puwedeng form po, yung parang
Mm-mm.
sa
Lead
lead
forms.
gen.
So lead
Yun,
generation
opo.
campaign to, which
Mm.
is which is the lead generation campaign depende yan kasi it kind of uses the information ng user sa Facebook and depends on the information that you need. So sometimes email address, phone number
Mm.
mostly Filipinos don't
Birthday.
have it
Mm.
in the Facebook profile. Email, it may be a very very old email na Yahoo or Gmail, MSN, AOL pa yan nung time na nag-sign up sila for Facebook. So in this case, if it's not a lead generation campaign, ang ginagamit, we use the send message campaign. So mostly for a chatbot setup that will ask for their information.
Yung many chats po, coach.
Mm. Many chat,
Ah,
walang S. Yes.
many chat. Okay,
Yes.
coach. Kasi mabilisan na po. Mayroon kasing nag-ano sa akin, 500 daw yung budget niya. Nag-run lang siya ng 3 days. Ang ginamit niya, lead campaign. Gusto ko lang pong gayahin and then apply dun sa mother ko. Nag-generate daw ng 300 leads and then inoff niya na yung campaign kasi nga sobrang dami na. Wala lang po. Parang nakita ko lang yung chance na baka kahit dun sa 300 leads na yon kung mabigay ko yun sa mother ko, 10% lang dun pwede niya. Di malaki na yon yung parang ganun. Yung pasok na sa
Okay, yeah.
quota. Ganun.
Right. Well, for me, it's the quality of leads. You have 300 leads, pero what's the quality of that? And for lead generation a campaign using the lead forms, you have to either manually download the information that they provided sa form or i-connect it to an email CRM.
Yung CRM.
Yes, oo. So you still have to have either email follow-up setup or if you have SMS marketing or you contact them directly through the downloaded sheet or information, 'di ba? So those are your options for that. We're doing that actually for our insurance client sa US and we're doing okay kasi the older demographics when I say older it's around 50 to 65 plus 50 to 65 plus inakala nung client namin at first na parang bakit itong mga information na na-generate doon sa lead forms is nako-contact niya kaagad. So, kasi that from our tests before from other clients is that paminsan old information or bad information yung nandun sa lead form. But in this case, natatawagan naman niya lahat, nako-contact naman niya lahat. Even pre-filled information kasi siya. So when you click the ad, you see the form pre-filled, naka-fill out automatically yung depende sa information na iset up mo sa form na needed. Name, email, phone number, or whatever man. And they can still actually edit that. They can go to the field sa phone and then they can delete that. They can type in something else. But they are not aware na pwede nila i-delete yon. Akala nila na since na pre-fill information, diretso submit na. Kasi, di ba, parang gano'n na. Uy, na-pre-fill na yung information ko. Okay, sige, submit. Not knowing na baka old yung email address nila, hindi nila na-notice na, uy, parang old yung phone number ko dito. So, parang gano'n. It's kind of really testing that out. But yeah, you can go ahead and test out the lead generation campaign objective.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay. Di ba friend mo ba yung nung 300 or just narinig mo lang?
Friend ko yung FB marketer.
Okay. Tanungin mo kung ano yung quality ng leads. If they're willing to say na okay ba or hindi. So, I think depende kasi yun eh. Right? So you have to check. Paminsan kasi it just gives you either bad leads or what's the quality of it or you have to still filter out.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Sure, welcome. From Missy, Coach, may template ba tayo ng contract with terms and conditions and informing the client that we will use the results as part of our professional portfolio? No, I don't have a template. I don't use the contract anymore because basically there's no sense in using it if there's no, enforcing authority to do it, diba? So it's just like very, very superficial lang. So you can just include in your usapan or agreement, you can send out your own document na the results will be used as part of your portfolio if that's okay with them. So you have to really ask. If they send out non-disclosure agreement and all of that, then basically you can't use it, or you parang ilaban mo na even though we have the non-disclosure, I will use the screenshots and then just blur out the personal identifiable information or anything that will identify you or the business as a whole. Okay, so yeah, I ask permission from my clients if I do use the screenshots or the results, if I'm going to put them in my portfolio. In the beginning, of course, hindi ko alam yun. Ako, screenshot lang ako ng screenshot. At saka, hindi naman nila malalaman if I use it for other clients. Kasi as in totally naka-blur lahat. Yung personal information, ad account ID, yung names ng campaigns, if nag-identify siya for a specific product or website or client name, and things like that. Nabasa ko rin na need ng privacy policy from the client pag lead gen ad pala. Yes, that's needed in the website. Na-encounter nyo po ba yun kung wala yung required policy na yun? Yes, ma-disapprove ang ad if you don't have the privacy policy. So there is a privacy policy generator. Very, very standard. You can, go ahead and check that out. You just need to have a website, and yung website na gagamitin mo sa I think dun sa ad, 'di ba? So dapat they have the link kasi eh. So you have to make sure na yung privacy policy is nasa website, and it's either like, let's say, lj.com/privacy policy. So yun yung page na yun which has the privacy policy na information, 'di ba? So that link needs to be included in the lead gen form. If not, or paminsan sketchy yung privacy policy, or hindi talaga siya clear, or weird siya, para i-disapprove pa din. So I just suggest that you use the privacy policy generator na anything that you can Google about that, kasi it's pretty standard naman mostly. You just have to fill in some information about either the business or the website domain, and then address and contact info, and it will generate the privacy policy text, and then you can go ahead and put that in the website ni client, si client maglagay kung web designer or web developer ba ni client, and whatnot. But standard websites should have the privacy policy. If messages campaign, no need ng privacy policy. That's only exclusive for lead gen campaigns kasi you're collecting information eh. So that's purpose of lead forms. You're collecting that information from FB directly. So pag messages campaign kasi, hindi siya kino-consider ni FB na parang ganun. So when we set up ManyChat and all of that, yung parang pwede user input and stuff like that. So pwede mag-collect dun without any privacy policy. Kasi diretso na from ManyChat yung compliance nun eh. When you get the information, when you set up ManyChat to get user information, diretso kay ManyChat na yung compliance. All right. Okay, very, very good questions, guys. I love this session, and I know na some may be overwhelmed with the questions or my answers. Replay nyo lang once I already upload it in the group. And yeah, go ahead and test and experiment more. Check out ManyChat, check out the other types of campaigns. In the future FB Live sessions, we'll have some ad reviews. So we'll be reviewing your setup. Screen share ko sino man yung matatap ko or mag-volunteer. Voluntold pala. Depende yun kung ano yung pinopost niyo sa group, guys. So that's why I'm asking for progress and updates, because if I find something interesting there, then we can go ahead and share it in our next live Q&A group call. And then Papa explain, and then we're going to kind of like dissect it. Diba? So, and what can we improve about that campaign? So it's a collective effort. What are your suggestions? What would be my suggestions? And then the student or the warrior will go ahead and test it out. Okay? All right. Any other questions, guys? So a few of our attendees are kind of like silent here. Okay? So from Iris, can you explain further the 24-hour rule messaging ni FB? Hindi ba pwede na mag-send ng follow-up message sa isang lead if outside na ng 24 hours messaging campaign? So that's a very broad topic. But the gist of it is that, say for example, this is kind of from messaging campaigns or chatbots kasi. If it's through the Facebook page inbox, no problem at all with that. Okay? So this is mostly in the chatbot and the messaging part, the automated side, whether it's ManyChat, ChatFuel, Mobile Monkey, any other third-party app. Okay? So when you generate conversations or messages from those, di ba? Say for example, in our Lupia campaign, although walang ManyChat doon, but I'll use it as an example. So they click the FAQ button. So one of those questions. So let's say naka-set up to sa ManyChat na may magiging follow-up. After they click that, hindi sila nag-order, di ba? So I set up a follow-up in ManyChat there na when they click this specific type of FAQ with the answer, di ba? Or it has the keyword, say for example, how much, or HM, or interested, di ba? Or something like that. I'll set it up sa ManyChat, and then ManyChat will fire a response, di ba? So, ang rule kasi nun is that if you do that, and then hindi nag-engage ulit, when we say engage, hindi nag-reply, or nag-tap ng button, or nag-click ng link doon sa ManyChat message na yon, after 24 hours, you cannot market or you cannot send any promotional messages doon sa user na yon. Okay? So, ulitin ko ha. So, when a third-party bot platform, say for example, ManyChat nga, is nag-send ng message kay customer, whether that's through ads or whether that's through the Facebook page na set up ninyo kasi kinonect nyo nga si ManyChat there, di ba? Say for example, lead generation, campaign nga siya. Say for example, I'll use the free webinar ko na example before if you attended that. So, di ba sa Flip yon, which is there's gonna be another one. So there was a link there, and when you click that link, there's an automated message from ManyChat yon, di ba? Hi, if you want to register, go ahead and click the button. Okay? Scenario number 1 is that they click the button. So when they click the button to register, may another message ako doon. Scenario number 2, what if they don't click the button to register? Can I send them another message ba? Yes, I can send them another message, but only in the first 24 hours. Okay? And that resets. Nagre-reset siya every time na mag-engage yung user to the bot. Diba? Nag-click siya ng message, nag-click siya ng either link there, nag-reply siya, nag-chat talaga siya, diba? So, it resets. I get another 24 hours window to market, to send promotional messages to that user or to that person. Kasi nga, nag-engage siya. If hindi siya nag-engage, you can still send the message, but it should be non-promotional. So, you have to kind of review a lot of the details about the 24-hour rule if you're really gonna be marketing hard. Medyo hardcore kasi yung mga marketing namin dati when it comes to ManyChat. But then they implemented the 24-hour rule. So maraming na-disable na pages, maraming nag-violate, maraming na-unpublished na page, maraming accounts na na-suspend and all of that. So there was a leeway naman given, I think for a year and a half for the users to adjust. So kami, nag-adjust kami kaagad. So that's why if you ask talaga, maybe totoong ManyChat or messenger marketing experts, they should know and be able to explain the 24-hour rule, and they should be able to be compliant with it. So there's a lot, even mga experts in the Philippines, I review a lot of their bots or their flows, and they're non-compliant. Meron pa isa na bash nga sa isang group kasi expert status nga siya, hindi siya compliant. So yun. So yun lang. So you have to remain compliant with that. Yes, Mervin.
Regards sa 24-hour rule ni Facebook, chatbot ang ginagamit namin. Pero last time, ang ginawa namin ay manually inisa-isa namin, nag-send kami ng link dun sa campaign. Is it okay?
Is that through ManyChat live chat or Facebook page inbox?
Facebook page inbox.
Okay. No problem with that. If it's just Facebook page inbox, you can message one by one lahat ng mga tao doon na nandun
Yeah.
ng anything promotional or non-promotional. You can do that all day long. Just make sure na
Yeah.
parang hindi magiging parang very fast ang pagkakagawa ninyo kasi Facebook will tag that as parang either spam or suspicious activity. Okay, pag mabilis masyado, copy-paste lahat. Copy-paste send, copy-paste send, copy-paste send. So yun, matatag ka ganyan na suspicious activity. Paminsan if nagko-comment ako sa mga post, let's say, kahit nagte-thank you lang ako, thank you first name, thank you first name, thank you first name, nagre-reply ako sa comments from my post. Paminsan nagsisend na si Facebook agad ng warning sa akin yan na kinoment mo na yan and it's the same and it's looking like a suspicious activity. So yung parang ganun. Same with the inbox. If you send the same message kahit either saved reply or templated siya to a lot of people in a very fast-paced, matatag siya as suspicious activity. So pace yourself lang, kalma.
Thank you, LJ.
Sure. From Iris, wait. So this is pag meron kang chatbot, pero pag wala kang chatbot, okay lang mag-send na message. Yes, okay lang. Ang the 24-hour rule is really to regulate the third-party apps. Kasi it was really being abused. It was used like email marketing before. So kami everyday may message, 'di ba? Parang email sequence. So everyday 'yun, may message kami from the ManyChat from the Facebook page na na-connect yung ManyChat bot to all the users. Para siyang nagiging ganon, which was abuse. Thanks. Pero pag hindi ka gumagamit ng chatbot, okay lang na mag-message. Yes, okay lang. From the Facebook page inbox. Facebook page. I hope that you guys you are understanding when I say Facebook page inbox and then the difference ng ManyChat na live chat window kasi magkaiba yon. Okay? So they're connected, not 100%. Yung lahat ng ginagawa mo sa Facebook page inbox does not reflect in ManyChat live chat at lahat ng ginagawa mo sa ManyChat na live chat, if magtatag ka doon and filter and whatever, send a sequence, they're not 100% nagsisync. Okay? So they have their own different setups. Pero the messages, yes, they are syncing. They will come in and go out the same way. So we sent a chatbot link sa more than 200 users last time. Buti hindi kayo na-tag. I think it's okay lang naman as long as hindi kayo, it's okay as long as hindi kayo mahuli or hindi kayo matag. Pero yeah, I've done that naman din before and our team and our VAs were doing that din, especially for our e-commerce campaigns, especially if it's like promotions and stuff. If it's more than the 24 hours na nakapag-engage sila sa bot, we can't do a promotional broadcast kasi that would be a violation of the policy. So isa-isa. We just have a list of our subscribers and their names on Facebook. So if we want to search for them in the Facebook page inbox kasi nag-message na sila before or they came from the ManyChat or messages campaign, makikita mo yun sa inbox talaga yung name nila. So yun. Send lang. Okay. Any other questions about that, guys? Sana may mapakita akong ManyChat campaign sa inyo soon, pero I think you need to understand muna siguro the system kasi very complex yung mga ginagawa ko dati for ManyChat na flows for specific agencies, for clients, may mga other stuff pa kaming mga ginagawa na advanced talaga doon. Kasi nga matagal ko na siya ginagamit, so hindi simple lang yung mga ginagawa ko. Okay. All right. Anything else pa, guys? So thank you very much again for attending. For those who are either late or hindi talaga, nakapag-start, we'll go ahead and, post this sa group natin and keep on posting about your updates there. So I really want to get your updates and feedback and things like that, which I can also use doon sa new webinar sa Flip that will be happening soon. Actually, dapat i-release na pala yung details ngayon. I'm not sure when the scheduled post is supposed to be posted there. Pero yeah, I'm gonna be using some of the results, okay, recent results there to showcase, of course, our group and our Facebook ads intensive course then. All right? So, any other last questions, guys? 8:17 p.m. So, ano ba ginagawa niyo pag Saturday? I think hindi pa ata ako kumakain ng dinner. I hope nakakain na rin kayo. Or kakain pa lang after this. Okay? Kumusta naman dyan, Michelle, sa Thailand? Di ba wala na kayong face mask, wala na kayong face shield and everything. So, everything's open, right?
Yeah, wala nang recorded parang local transmissions, ganun. Pero ano pa rin, pinapasuot pa rin ng mask yung mga tao. Pero hindi na ganun ka-stricto as before.
Hindi na ganun ka. Oo.
Mhm.
I miss
parang
going...
back to normal.
Oo nga, back to normal. Pero wala lang mga tourists like, right?
Yeah.
Like, international before. Ayan. So, pag pwede na ulit, babalik talaga ako dyan.
Yeah, dito sa Pattaya. Nandito kami
dyan naman
ngayon.
ako sa Pattaya. Sa Phuket, and Bangkok ako dati. So, yes.
Sige.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. If you don't have any other questions, we'll go ahead and end our live Q&A group call. Thank you very much for attending, and I hope to see more of your progress and updates, and we'll be releasing new content very soon. All right? Bye, guys, and enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your... wait lang. Sorry pala. Don't exit muna. Okay? Wala pa tayong group picture. Hindi pwede mawala yung group picture. So, open pala muna your cameras. Nagko-closing spiel na ako, tapos wala man lang tayong picture. Ano ba yan? Okay? So, open mo na your cameras hanggang page... Wait lang. Ilakihan ko pala to para hindi na ako magpe-page 2. Ayan. Page 1 lang. Okay. Lakihan ko na nga lang. Alright. So, yan. Pa-open ang cameras, guys. Paminsan lang tayo mag-picture. Okay? Paminsan lang tayo magkita. Ayan. Almost full house tayo dito, ah. Ayan. So, we have Rose, Iris, Missy pa. Open your cams, guys. If it's okay, ha? If it's not, don't. Alright. Ayan. So, bababa ko konti yung microphone para siya nakita. JR, are you there ba? Or naka-mobile ka lang? Anyway, we'll go ahead and... Okay. Nice. Alright. So, ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Isa pa. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Alright. Thank you very much. Sige. So, yun. So, ulitin ko na yung closing spiel ko. So, yun. Thank you very much, guys, for attending the live Q&A group call. Expect more content and updates from us, and I hope that you are reading yung mga posts ko about specific Facebook advertising updates, especially the 20% text rule. So that's the latest. Nag-share naman ako kaagad kasi we have the sources naman from the influencers and the insiders. So, and of course the network then. So you really get updated and correct information. We don't share like fake news or fake updates there or parang wala pang credible or verifiable sources. Kasi paminsan yung mga influencers may mga haka-haka din yan sila. So we don't really share unless it's verified and credible talaga na update or information. All right? So yeah, good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend with family, with friends, and with loved ones. Bye. Good night.